Welcome. In this video, we're going to explore the difference between block and inline elements in HTML. Knowing how these elements behave is essential for creating well-structured and visually appealing web pages. We will understand the fundamental difference between how elements are displayed in HTML. Let's start by looking at the key characteristics of block and inline elements. First, let's discuss block elements. Block elements always start on a new line. They take up the full width available to them, creating a block in the flow of the document. Block elements can contain other block and inline elements. Some common examples of block elements are div, p, h1 through h6, section, article, header, and footer. Now let's explore inline elements. Inline elements flow within the text, taking up only the width necessary to contain their content. They do not force new lines and cannot contain block elements. Examples of inline elements are span, strong, img, code, and button. To further illustrate the difference, let's look at a visual comparison. On the left, we have block elements. Notice how each div element starts on a new line and stretches to fill the available width. On the right, we have inline elements. The span elements flow within the text, only taking up the space needed for their content, without forcing line breaks. The behavior of CSS properties differs between block and inline elements. For block elements, the width and height properties are respected, meaning you can set specific dimensions. Margin and padding on all sides are also respected. However, the vertical align property has no effect on block elements. The text align property affects the content inside the block element. Now let's examine inline elements. The width and height properties are ignored for inline elements. Top and bottom margins are also ignored, but left and right margins are respected. Padding will have visual effect, but doesn't affect the surrounding content flow. The vertical align property affects the alignment of inline elements relative to the baseline of the text. Let's take a look at some common block elements you'll encounter in HTML. The div element is a generic container for flow content. It has no specific semantic meaning, but is useful for styling purposes. The p element represents a paragraph of text. Browsers typically add a margin before and after paragraphs. The h1 to h6 elements are heading elements that represent 6 levels of section headings, with h1 being the most important. The section and article elements are semantic elements used for structuring content. A section represents a generic section of a document, while an article represents an independent, self-contained piece of content. Now let's explore some common inline elements. The span element is a generic inline container with no semantic meaning. It's often used for styling specific parts of text. The a element creates a hyperlink to other web pages, files, email addresses, or any other URL. The strong and m elements are semantic elements used for emphasis. Strong indicates strong importance, while m indicates emphasis. The img element embeds an image in the document, and the button element creates a clickable button. The display Inline-Block property combines features of both block and inline elements. When you set an element's display property to Inline-Block, it flows with the text like an inline element, but it also respects width and height properties like a block element. Additionally, it respects all margins and padding, and there are no line breaks before or after the element. This is useful for creating elements that sit side by side but have defined dimensions. Here are some best practices to keep in mind when working with block and inline elements. First, use semantic HTML. Choose elements based on their meaning, not just their default display properties. Use headings for titles, paragraphs for text, and strong, anim, for emphasis. Use CSS to control the display behavior of elements when needed. You can use properties like display, block, display inline, and display Inline-Block to achieve the desired layout. In summary, understanding the difference between block and inline elements is fundamental to HTML layout. Block elements create structure, while inline elements flow within content. Modern CSS provides the flexibility to change display behavior as needed, allowing you to create complex and responsive layouts. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.